Okay, so the movie we got is The Quiet Man, and it's about this guy, right? He returns from America to his hometown in Ireland, right? Like to kind of escape his past in a way, cause like he had something tragic happen, and he just wanted to like get back in touch with like his homeland or whatever, like the place that he knew when he was little, and he just it's like about him like and his like journey back there, like things that he experiences and like people that he meets. So yeah.
And we have some like a major actor back in that time named John Wayne, and he plays one of the main characters named Sean Thornton. And he just basically is like the main protagonist in the movie. And he ends up marrying one of the other main protagonists named Mary Kate, who is played by Maureen O'Hara. And they both end up having like something together. And another character, well, kind of like a main character in the movie, is Victor McLean. He plays Will Danahart, who is Mary Kate's older brother. So
He can also be the antagonist.
oh yeah, he's also the antagonist in the movie because he didn't really seem eye to eye with either Sean or anyone else in Ireland in that little tiny town that they live in. So moving on.
So you want to talk about the pros and cons?
Yeah, we can talk about the pros and cons. So we so there were some cons in the movie, and I I didn't really like them because the movie's very different from the short story. They switched up the names a little bit. They switched they switched up Will's name, which in the story his name was Liam, but they put it to William instead. And that's basically one of the cons, or maybe yeah. And
some pros I thought was like I like the action in the movie. Like I thought it was like a good amount of action. Like for like some of the fight scenes, like it was kind of funny. It was like hilarious. But like
there was a good amount of action during a good amount of action during that time or time period for the movie to come out.
I know, like it also gives like a good backstory on like the characters or whatever. Because like in the story, it doesn't really talk that much about like where the characters come from, like the movie did. Because like the movie just got straight to the story, but like with the movie, you got like kind of a feel of like where the characters come from and like their kind of like family history.
And another pro is some of the camera angles. There are some angles, like some of the camera angles in the movie that you saw like beautiful scenery of Ireland, or you could see like the way Sean Thornton and Mary Kate looked at each other with some type of intensity or love in their eyes by a camera angle, or it just captures like the moment and everything else that's going on in the movie. And we think this movie can be compared to Runaway Bride, kind of, because they're both romantic comedies, and the main character in the movie Runaway Bride, not Emma Roberts, Julia Roberts. Whoops, they're related, you know.
They are.
Yeah, you didn't know?
No.
Oh my god, they're related. You can see it.
I never really looked.
But yeah, back to the thing. Yeah, the main character in the movie Runaway Bride, Julia Roberts plays this young woman, and whenever she gets in a relationship, the boyfriend will end up asking her to marry him, and she will have like her inner conflict with herself, thinking, should she marry him or should she now just leave him at the altar? And in The Quiet Man, Sean, the main character, Sean Thornton, he also had like an inner battle with himself because he didn't know what to do, and his wife Mary Kate was hounding him about getting something from her older brother, which he thought was important, but he didn't really like care for it. So he was having like
an internal conflict.
Yeah. And
another one, How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. Like, it kind of like relates to The Quiet Man because it's like it's also another romantic comedy where like the guy likes a girl, but the girl doesn't like him back. You know, because like at first Sean liked Mary Kate, but she didn't like it. Like she was like, "Duh." So like, but after a while, like she got like, she fallen for him. Like after he proposed and they got married or whatever. Just like in How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, because like, first like she wrote for like a blog or whatever, right?
No, she read that How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days in a magazine article.
No, he was her test subject.
Yeah, he was a test subject, and she saw that article in the magazine, so that's why she decided to test it out.
Oh.
So yeah.
So there you go.
And the dialogue in The Quiet Man was kind of iffy or weird in a way, but whenever there was a conversation between two actors or any other person in the movie, there was you can tell that there was like some animosity going on between Sean and William, even though it wasn't all that obvious until like much more later on by some of the actions that they have or some of the words they say towards each other. And for whenever Mary Kate and Sean would talk, you can tell that she wasn't all that interested, and she wasn't like trying to get to know Sean by her body, like by her body reactions to him and how she would respond back. And you can tell that Sean was really trying by doing all these nice things for her and buying her nice clothes or buying her like a little wagon or car like contraption. And yeah. What are your opinions about the whole thing?
I don't like how they portray Will as like a punk or like, well, not like a punk. But
no,
like,
you mean Sean. Not Will. It's Sean.
Sean. I didn't like how they like portray him as a punk because like it's just like go stand up for yourself. Like it took him mad long to do that, but you know eventually he came around and did. But like it took him like the whole movie to stand up for himself.
Well, I don't think it took him like the whole movie to stand up for himself. It's just like he doesn't like conflict. He doesn't want. Like, he didn't care for any of the things that she was bothering him for or that she wanted in return or anything. So he thought it was unnecessary to try to engage in a fight with someone that is not even worth his time. So I think that's why it seemed like he was kind of weak in a way, or he didn't know how to stand up for himself. But yeah, but I think it was a good movie, but I feel like they made Mary Kate a little like too jumpy, like on like her little rude comments to Sean or whatnot, or like she's being like too rude to him or whatever, because he would try one thing and she will get mad at him
like
for
it's not good enough.
Yeah, and then when he's not trying or he tries to back off a little bit, she gets mad. So it's just like they make her seem like she's indecisive and she didn't know what she wants, but in reality she did know what she wanted. It's just that they portrayed her to be that way, I think.
Yeah. I think that the director should have kept their names. Like, why would change it? It was perfectly fine.
Oh yeah, it got me confused a little
bit.
And
then, like watching the movie, yeah, it really got hard to follow along because I remember one time, like I was like, who are these people?
Yeah,
I didn't know that it was. I didn't know the movie and the book was the same thing. I thought we were watching a different movie.
No, I know we was watching the same movie. But just like, why would they switch the names? That was confusing. Just like, why bother? But overall, it was a good movie.
It was a good movie.
Yeah.
So thumbs up or thumbs down?
Maybe like in between. Yeah, in between. Yeah. And that's all we have to say.
Boom.
Yeah. I wonder how I'm gonna edit this later.
Do we have to?
Yeah.
I think it's fine. Just combine them.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, try to. Oh shit.